Have you ever done the thing again? The thing you swore you wouldn't do? Maybe it's the drink you said you'd skip, the phone you said you put down, the relationship you said you'd walk away from, the food, the spending, the scrolling at 2 a.m. When you know you have to be up in 5 hours, and afterwards that voice shows up. What is wrong with me? Why can't I just control myself? If that's you, I want you to hear something before we go any further. There's nothing wrong with your willpower. This is not a willpower issue. There is something going on. And today we're going to talk about what it actually is. So, welcome back to Rooted Recovery. I'm your host, Laura Giles, and this is the place where we talk honestly about stuff most people are too scared, too ashamed, too tired, or too unaware to say out loud. Today's episode is for anyone who has ever felt stuck in a loop. You want to stop, you try to stop, and somehow you end up right back where you started. So, we're not going to talk about trauma today, at least not yet, because I know that word can feel like it doesn't apply to you. Maybe you're thinking, I didn't have anything happen that was that bad. So, just stick with me. By the end of this episode, I think you'll understand yourself a little bit better, and understanding is where healing starts. And if you like the show, hit that subscribe button because I think you'll learn a whole lot about yourself over time. So let's start here. Addiction's not a character flaw. For a long time, we've been told that people who struggle with addiction are weak, lazy, lack willpower, lack discipline, that if they just tried harder, they'd stop. But here's the thing. Most people who struggle with addiction have tried harder. They promised themselves. They white-knuckled it. They felt the shame of failing over and over again. And if willpower were the answer, they would have just solved this a long time ago. So if it's not about willpower, what is it about? It's about pain, specifically pain that never got a place to go. So think about it this way. Your brain's number one job is to keep you safe and help you to survive. When something painful happens, and I mean anything, from a single scary event to years of feeling unsafe, unseen, or unloved, your brain is looking for a way to cope. It wants relief, and it finds it in a drink, in a scroll, in a relationship that feels intense but not good for you, in food, in gambling, in shopping, in work, in sex, in anything that makes the pain go quiet, even for a minute. And that relief feels good. Your brain remembers it and it goes looking for it again and again. And that's not a weakness. That's your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do. Find relief from that pain. Here's where a lot of people stop listening because they think this doesn't apply to me. I didn't have some big traumatic event. But trauma isn't only the big obvious stuff like an accident or an assault. Trauma can be quiet. It can be growing up feeling like you had to be perfect to be loved, feeling invisible in a busy household, never feeling safe enough to be fully yourself, being the strong one who never got to fall apart, watching a parent struggle and feeling like it was your job to fix it. None of that might look like trauma from the outside, but your nervous system doesn't care what it should have felt like. It only knows what it actually felt like to you. If parts of you grew up believing your needs were too much or that it wasn't safe to feel your feelings, your body learned to find other ways to cope. And that's not dramatic, that's survival. And here's the compassionate truth. The habit that you're ashamed of right now was probably the smartest tool as a younger version of you that it could find, and it worked. It got you through. Problem is, it's not working anymore, and it might even be hurting you now. This is why addiction can feel so confusing. It's not just fighting a habit, you're fighting an old survival strategy that your body still thinks it needs. That's why just stop doesn't work. It's like telling someone drowning to just breathe normally. The behavior isn't the actual problem, it's a symptom of something underneath that hasn't been dealt with yet. And here's the hardest part. Sometimes the addiction itself creates new pain. A relationship falls apart. Trust gets broken. Health gets worse. Shame builds. And that pain becomes one more thing your brain wants relief from. So the cycle gets tighter, not looser. This is not a loop you can think your way out of. It's a loop you have to heal your way out of. So what do you do with this? First, and this matters more than anything in this episode, you stop treating yourself like the enemy. Shame doesn't create change. It just adds more pain to the pile your brain has already tried to escape from. Second, get curious instead of critical. Instead of asking, why do I keep doing this? Try asking, what is this behavior trying to protect me from feeling? That question alone can change everything. Third, know that healing isn't just about stopping the behavior. It's about giving your nervous system new ways to feel safe, calm, and okay, so it doesn't need to reach for the old coping tool anymore. This is where real support matters. Helpers trained in trauma, not just addiction, can help you get to the root instead of just managing the symptoms. And trauma focused counseling and coaching and functional medicine and integrative therapy and integrative medicine are built to help your body process what it's been carrying, not just help you white knuckle through cravings. You didn't create this pattern because you're broken. You created it because you're trying to survive something. And that same brain that built this coping strategy can help you learn a new one with the right support, patience, and compassion. If you take one thing from this episode, let it be this: you're not crazy, lazy, weak, or beyond help. You are someone who found a way to survive pain, and now you're ready to find a better way to live with it. That's not failure. That's the beginning of healing. So if this episode hit home, share it with somebody who might need to hear it today. And if you're struggling, please reach out for that support. It's one of the strongest things you can do. And if I'm the person that you reach out to, fabulous. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.